Hey everyone, it's the start of a new year and everyone often likes to set goals for the new year. Today I'm going to put together my secrets to reaching your goal, whatever it is. So some of the things I'm going to be talking about will be from thinkers from the early 1900s, late 1800s, people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and others who've been amazing at reaching goals, as well as famous musicians. So the most important thing to reach your goal is to know what your goal actually is. So that's the first thing you're going to have to do. So you're going to have to sit down and work out your goal for string playing. Do you want to become a teacher? Do you want to become a great performer in a concert hall? Maybe be part of a symphony orchestra? Or study at a conservatorium? Or are you just playing for hobby? Or is it just a particular piece of music you want to play? But the first thing that's really important is get really clear on your goal. And once you're really clear on your goal, write it down. Write down your goal. Now, the next step is to read over your goal and imagine what it feels like to have reached that goal. Imagine yourself being there, like on the other end. Really feeling, imagining. You can close your eyes, you can draw it, you can do a vision board with, with a picture of yourself doing whatever you want to be doing as your goal. By the way, this isn't just for violin playing, this is for life goals. I use a lot of these techniques and they have really helped me shape the kind of life that I really want, and also allowed me to serve in a way I want to serve life, which is kind of exciting. Today I wore my shirt, it says unlimited, it says it on the back as well. I know it's a bit faint, but don't think of any limitations, just think about your big goal. Okay, so now you have imagined it. You've put yourself there and you've imagined it. What is the next step? So from now on, you're going to have to look at your goal as often as you can. I personally set myself a reminder. It goes off every day and it reminds me of my goals, and I try to read through it as often as possible. It's quite elaborate. My goals are actually probably 3 or 4 paragraphs long. These goals are parts of like spiritual goals, physical goals on how I want to feel, goals within my business and my work, personal and family goals, and goals within my community, as well as just personal wealth goals that that help enable me to do some of the other things, and traveling, of course. I love traveling. So I've got quite a big paragraph that lists all my goals, the feeling that I'll have. So the important thing is to review the goals each day if you can, but otherwise each week. If you can't review it each week, do it once a month, but just set yourself a reminder to review your goals. That's really important. Now, some of the things like, you would have heard about The Secret maybe and things like that. It's kind of airy-fairy. It's like, you imagine your goal and it will all just come to you. And then if you're you're totally the other way. Oh, I do not want this hocus pocus thing. It's just hard work.
You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere.
And, both are right. I believe we're all part of something much bigger, much greater. And when we put positive energy and kindness out there, somehow some of this stuff flows back. I've had experiences that you couldn't really explain with, normal everyday happenings. But, so sometimes things just eventuate that are almost magical, just amazing, miraculous, whatever you want to call it, little miracles. Anyway, life is amazing. Okay, so the next step, as you're imagining this, what I do is I do a gratitude count. So I think about all the things in my life and think about how grateful I am for what's in my life. But I also think about how grateful I am for some of the things that are about to come into my life. So I approach it with gratitude. Next comes the interesting part. That's where the metal hits the grindstone, where the rubber hits the road. It's actually getting into it, doing it, like working towards your goal. So like if you are thinking of, say, The Secret or something like that, or The Science of Getting Rich, or Think and Grow Rich, some of those old writings, it's not just, you don't just imagine it and it'll all come to you. No, you've got to put in the work. So what I do next is actually looking at my goals, I actually break them down into steps. What do I have to do to maneuver myself towards my goals? So for example, say you want to go to university and study at the conservatorium. So what do you have to do to maneuver yourself towards that? For starters, get a really good teacher. Little cheeky thing is it possible to get the teacher who's teaching at the university you want to go to as your private teacher beforehand? You know, that there's a process and everything, but kind of knowing people, believe it or not, is, you know, when you know people, they can help you move towards your goal a lot faster. So try and work with the people that can help you. Arnold Schwarzenegger was actually really good at that, and for me, he's kind of a hero in that sense. So when he wanted to become a huge bodybuilder, he just hung out with bodybuilders, and then he hung out with the best. Then he wanted to go into property investing, so he got together with a bunch of property investors, and then he bought a block of apartments, and then he wanted to go into acting. And so what he did is he rented his apartment out only to actors. And so he talked to them all the time, and he learned, and that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what you have to do. You have to make those connections, and you have to practice. You have to, you know, you have to put in the work. So move yourself into the direction, connect with the people that are going to help you move you towards your goal. And then you've just got to put in the work and be patient. You know, sometimes miracles will happen, like some amazing things. Like I have had situation where I just bump into the person that, you know, helps me further in my career or in my personal life or something like that. I've literally had kind of miraculous situations happening. For example, when I was looking for a builder for my house, I set a goal. I said, all right, today I'm going to find out who's going to build my house. And there was a guy that was going to do it for me, but he had, you know, ummed and ahed, and it all just fell into place. He rang me that day and pulled out. So giving me a kind of, to me, I kind of believe these things happen for a reason. And then I rang another guy that had been in my mind the whole time. He was a dad at my kid's school, and he turned out to be the perfect builder. He was a third generation builder who had built on the kind of house that we had. So his granddad built the kind of houses that I'm living in. He built these beautiful timber houses and things like that. And so I got him as a builder, and he's one of the most relaxed people. He's helped us, you know, create a beautiful home. We had to do a lot of renovations and an addition to it. But, you know, things just fall into place. Even financially, some things fell into place. Thanks, Facebook, your shares going up really did help me. So there's all sorts of things that can fall into place. Okay, each day work out what you can do to bring you towards your goal. And if you're not working in the career, or you're not doing the thing that is getting you towards the goal, do the first thing each day to take one step towards your goal. Doesn't matter what it is. If you want to do writing, write a page. If you want to become a great musician, play or practice the pieces you want to be playing, you want to be performing. If you want to be whatever, like say a great architect, then spend some time researching like how to connect with architects, like if you're going to study. If you want to become a great artist, you know, like study great artists and do some art each day. So just do one thing each day. That is 365 things a year you do towards your goal. That just a simple act of writing your goal already puts you in the top less than 10, I think 5% of people who are most likely to reach their goal. Just writing it down. But then doing something, like each thing you do will help you work towards your goal more. Yes, and then the final thing is just be patient. Remember to be grateful for what comes into your life. Sometimes things just seem so far away from your goal, but just keep at it each day. Just keep at it, keep working on it, and you will definitely be able to reach your goal. Just keep working on it positively. Don't think about the problems, the things that are holding you back. Just think about your goal and how you're going to get there. Each problem that presents itself, it's just a little hurdle that you have to get over, under, or around. But don't think about the problem having moved past the problem. Anyway, that's my little thing for today. I hope it really helps you reach your goals. I do a lot of these things every day. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and the little bell so you get notifications. And keep making beautiful music. Music connects people, communities, and the world in a very beautiful way. It's a really beautiful way of communicating. So just remember, music is really important. So keep making beautiful music. See you guys next time. Bye.